So this may be true in some places, places where they have attorneys in the transaction for real estate. But let's get to the fundamentals. In order for you to buy a house, you need to have a seller want to sell you the house. Okay, so let's start from there. So in California, where we are a non-attorney state, you can bring in an attorney, but you're going to be coming into a transaction where the rest of the state uses forms that were generated by California Association of Realtors. So from a listing and a seller's point of view, they don't want disruption. They want an easy and smooth transaction. So if you're a buyer, and typically in California where there's multiple offers and you're bringing in a lawyer and you're going to be making all this noises and introducing forms that are not the standard forms, you're already going to be at a disadvantage because you're trying to buck the system. That may be great for you as a buyer, but from a seller's point of view, they want an easy and smooth closing. They don't want somebody to come and interrupt and disrupt this system, right? That's why I said, in order for you to buy a house, you need to have a seller want to sell it to you. I'll tell you from experience, if you are coming into a multiple offer situation and you're coming in disruptive, you're the first one to go. You're going to be eliminated. So this whole notion of, oh, you don't need a buyer's agent, I'll just bring in a lawyer. Sounds great, except from a seller's point of view, that's trouble. Lawyers wanting to take apart the contract that everybody wants to use, going to be a problem. Secondly, it says, I'll bring in a title company. Well, at least in this county, you, the buyer, don't have any say about the title company because it's the listing agent and the seller that chooses the title company. So that would already be in effect. So again, you're going to come in and try to disrupt the service and change things. That's the last thing that a seller wants, right? Because all of these introductions are potential issues that can prevent a closing from happening. So this may work perfectly in a state that allows this. And secondly, if you got a property and a seller that isn't that doesn't have a lot of interest in the property, yeah, it may work because the seller wants to sell and they're going to do whatever it takes to get the deal done. But in a more normal setting where there's multiple offers, you're the first one out. You've got a lawyer that's involved that's going to be disruptive, and you're coming in and trying to disrupt the service by saying you're going to bring in your own title company when everything, the prelim and everything is set up, and you're going to come in and disrupt that. It's not wise, and you're not going to be able to buy that house. So depends on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you have competition, then you want to be least disruptive. So for what it's worth,